Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm responding to the minister's statement on sexual violence on campuses, and I am glad to see that the minister has brought this to the House today, that some action will be taken. This fall, and this isn't a new problem, but this fall we saw students and especially leaders on Mount Allison campus bring their stories forward and share. And on social media, they shared dozens, individuals shared their stories, and I read dozens and dozens of stories of their experiences of sexual violence and oftentimes lack of institutional support, and basically impunity for those who perpetrated were the perpetrators and committed the sexual violence. And the survivors showed a lot of bravery, and I'm really glad to see this discussion in the public and in the House. I can only assume that students will be one of the voices prioritized. They're not explicitly listed, but I can only assume that. And speaking of students, the New Brunswick Student Association has made recommendations, and they've specifically called on the Government of New Brunswick to adopt legislation requiring standalone campus sexual violence policies on all publicly funded university campuses. And this needs to be drafted with students involved, and to require a reporting structure. And they've also called on the Government of New Brunswick to provide funding or to directly fund specific trauma-informed support services on all public post-secondary campuses. So here are some concrete actions that students have called for, and I would urge this government to take action on these. And of course, these sexual violence doesn't just happen on campuses, though we see that it is very prevalent. But these show the inequality and the power relationships in our society. And so while we do need to change some cultural things, we need to change some systemic things. And these are some good places to start. So I look forward to seeing the concrete actions and funding to go with them that will come from this government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.